thousands of these schools, maybe 20,000 schools, I don't have an exact number, and thousands of students. But as I said, I have known very famous teachers who passed away, and it is, we don't know about the future of these schools. So I understand you are in England, so the situation is very different here. But these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. What to do in order to keep this traditional teaching, and how can we do it even outside of Ethiopia? So as you know, today we have cameras, we have Zoom, we have internet, and maybe, you know, with the blessing of your patriarch and bishops, all these could be organized online in order for the young generations in Ethiopia and outside of Ethiopia to learn about all these traditional education. For example, also, of course, there are some books, you know, there are the books of the fathers, of the monks are written down, but not all of them are translated even in Amharic. In fact, some of these books may be translated in English, or German, or French, or Italian, but not even in Amharic. Like the books of the monks, you know, which are very important because they speak about monastic tradition, and the books which were read by your monks for so many centuries in Ethiopia, so they are important books. Well, another example is the system of the calendar. There was a special school to study how to make up, you know, the new calendar for the church festivals every day, for the dates, which are changing every year. So nowadays, of course, we have electronic for that, but there was a school, and we should not forget how they used to do it. And we should not also forget about other fields, you know, which are part, I think, of the church education and church tradition. And I am thinking of the icons, because in fact there is no school for teaching iconography today in Ethiopia. I know there are some individuals painting icons, but I think it would be good to organize a school in the future. And of course you have also the people who have to carve wood or to work with metals in order to make the crosses, not only for the processions or used at the altar, but also your own crosses. So you see, it's a lot, there is a lot to do, there is a lot to preserve, and we all together, the Ethiopians and also non-Ethiopians, we can think what to do in order to save all this, and not only to save but to study all these books, you know, because as I said, I think that in the context of today, it's not only for the traditional students to read and study these books, but it is for everyone who has an interest in the church, you know, to study. And as I said, I repeat, you have translations of such books also in English. So even if you don't, because these books are in Gaze, and I know that very few people today know Gaze language, so I encourage you very much to find out about these books. In fact, I have a long bibliography at the end of my book, and you will find some titles. So I don't want to be too long. Thank you very much. And I ask you, I pray for your wonderful country of Ethiopia. I pray every day for Abuna Matthias. I pray every day for peace in Ethiopia and of course in the world. And I am ready to answer any of your questions because you see I'm not so young any longer. I don't know if I can come back. So if you want to ask any question now or just after my speech, of course I'm ready to answer. Yeah. And thank you so much, Father, for your invitation.
Thank you very much, Christine. እንግዲህ ያለችውን ሰምታችኋል። ብዙዎቻችሁ ትምህርት የሚጀምረው ከንባብ ቤት ነው። ከዚያ በኋላ ዜማ ቤት እናቋቋም፣ ከዚያ በኋላ ቅኔ፣ ከዚያ በኋላ መጻሕፍት፣ ከዚያ በኋላ ደግሞ የቁጥር እያለች ነው የተነተነችው። የሚደንቀው ትምህርት ቤቶቹን እየዞርኩ ተመልክቻለሁ። የዋላ ቅኔ ቤት ትምህርት የሚሰጡ የተወሰኑ መምህራን አሉ፣ ግን እንደ ድሮ አይደለም። ሄጃይቼ ደክሟልና ይሄንን ለመጠበቅ መስራት አለባችሁ ነው የምትለው ክርስቲን ቻይሎት። የሚደንቅ ነገር ነው። እንግዲህ የኛ ቅኔ ቤት መድከሙን ትምህርቱ እየቀነሰ መምጣቱን በማጥናት ጸበል ጸበል እና ይሄን ሁሉ ጥናት ያደረገች ነች። በእውነቱ ይሄ የሚያሳየው እኛ ወደ ትውልድ መሄድ አለበት ነው ያለችው። she is telling us that these heritages have to pass to the generations. We are very
to be studied.
They should be studied too, and we are happy that ሊቀ ጠበብት አለማየሁ, one of the very renowned scholar, and ሊቀ ሊቃውንት ገብረ ስላሴ also are here. We are very happy that ቄስ አምደ ጽዮን is here. He celebrated the liturgy in English.
Oh, yes.
In English, and ሊቀ ትጉሃን ተክለ ማርያም, our priest in charge, is also here. So here in this church there is a Abinat school, traditional school, by which all the deacons are cultivated and been ordained to be deacon and priest as well. But it's not as strong as it is in back home. So we are going to work. I think we may have some few copies for our library. And thank you very much for taking your time, coming here and telling us about the Tewahedo, deep Tewahedo tradition, the schooling and other spiritual life of the church. And we thank you for your dedication to study. በነገራችን ላይ ህይወታቸው በሙሉ በዚሁ ጥናት ላይ የተመሰረተ ነው። ቁስጥንጥንያ ያለው የኦርቶዶክስ መንበረ ፓትርያርክ የሚኖሩበትን ስራቸውን ይሄን አድርጎ በየትኛውም ሀገር ሲሄዱ ትራንስፖርታቸውን ከፍሎ የሆቴል ከፍሎ መጽሐፍ ሲሰሩ መጽሐፍ ይስሩ እንጂ ለማተም አይቸገሩም፣ አይለምኑም፣ ግዙኝም ብለው አይዞሩም። የሚደንቅ ነገር ነው። እንግዲህ ሴቶች ሳይቀሩ እንደዚህ ባለ ምርምር ይሳተፋሉ በሌሎቹ አብያተ ክርስቲያናት። እኛ ከራሳቸው አልፈው እነዚህ ጎረቤቶች ይጠቅሙን ይሆን ወይ ብለው እኛን ሁሉ ያጠናሉ። የሚደንቀው ነገር እኛ ራሳችንን አጥንተን አልጨረስንም። እኛ እንፋጃለን። እኛ ዝም ብለን ባልሆነው በሆነው እንፋጃለን፣ እንባላለን። መቼም ዛሬ የሚባል ስላልሆነ አልልም። Now we thank you very much for your time.
Because we don't need only daily bread, we need also spiritual daily bread. So that's why we have to read the Bible, and it's not because we are Orthodox that we don't read the Bible. We do read the Bible. I'm Orthodox myself, as I said, the Greek Orthodox. So all these things have to be explained in Ethiopia to your people, and this is why also to explain, to give the andemta of the biblical texts, because this is what the Protestant missionaries are doing in Ethiopia, and it has to be done in the Orthodox way in Ethiopia, so that your people will understand how rich is your church in biblical texts and other texts as well.
Thank you. ሲጀምሩ ከፕሮቴስታንት ሃይማኖት ወደ ኦርቶዶክስ የመጣሁበት ምክንያት መንፈሳዊ ምግብ ስላለ ነው ብለው ነው የመጡት። እና አሁን ደግሞ ይሄ መንፈሳዊ ምግብ ለዕለት እንጀራ ብቻ አይደለም መስራት ያለብን ኦርቶዶክሶች፣ ለዕለት እንጀራ ሳይሆን ለመንፈሳዊ ምግብ መስራት አለብን ነው ያሉት። በሚቀጥለው I hope next time, God willing, you will be in St. Arsemas Church, the Church of of Qasis Ballata, and one of the scholars in that church is here as well. Likalikaun Gebra Selassie, who has been learned in Gonda, and he taught there as well. He served there. So we are very privileged anyway to have you and to share your age-old experience in this very short time. And if you have if there are any questions or comments, then they will forward it when they got you. She is here around us today, and you can forward your questions, comments, compliments, and anything, encouragements to who dedicated her life in research for the past 40 years. More than half of her age has been dedicated for Christian research works. This is a commitment. በራሱ ምንኩስና ነው፣ በራሱ ምናኔ ነው ያሉኝ ነበረ ሊቀ ጠበብት። እንደውም ቅድም ከዚህ የበለጠ ምናኔ የለም ከመጻሕፍት ጋር መኖር፣ አብያተ ክርስቲያናትን ማጥናት እና she is living like a nun monk. And thank you very much for your time.
And I want to give 2 more copies for your library.
Thank you. የነዚህን ሁለት ኮፒዎች የመጀመሪያው
one for the other parish, you know.
We will do. We will
share.
Do. Yeah, we will do this. 2 more copies being given to this church, and we thank you very much for this gift.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
No question.
Yeah, they will come. They will come and compliment.
All right.
Yeah.
Any question, come here.
Good.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Our second guest is Cressida Marcos, who studied in Gonda University anthropology, and she taught there as well. Now she is a staff at the Holy Cross College in Oxford University. She has an Ethiopian Day she organizes every year, and she is striving to establish an Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo parish in Oxford. Imagine. She is organizing Ethiopians, and she is begging for priests to go there and bless. So there are lots of priests here, as you can see, and there are 5 parishes. So many priests are behind you to support the Orthodox Tewahedo parish in Oxford, and that has to continue. And thank you for your coming, for your presence as well. Thank you, sisters. Good. I would like Lika Tuguhan to thank them on behalf of the congregation.
Dear Father, praise to Father's management of this church. Just a very short statement I'd like to make. I know Christine Chaillot over 36 years. When we were in Zuwai Gedam, the monastery of Zuwai in St. Gabriel, she came there. She has been coming to Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church for a very long time, and I remember her deep research in the time of the late Eshetu Solomon Likaberanat and other scholars. Likatabeb himself was involved, and other clergies from Ethiopia, in Ethiopia, also here in Europe. She's been to the church in Sarahasiyon. She's been to different churches, different monasteries, and different scholars. And it's a privilege to see her here in Debre Zion today. I am so happy. It takes me back to those years. This, our sister, always pray and desire that the Ethiopian Orthodox Church plays a great role amongst the Orientals, and especially in the Western Hemisphere. She always work hard to bring this message to the next generation. And I pray that God give her the blessings to fulfill her mission and her dreams. And it's good that someone who is not affiliated with the Orthodox Oriental churches value the Oriental Orthodox Church, especially looking at the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. And this is also a witness, a good witness, that we should value ourselves, we should work hard on the next generation, especially when, as she mentioned, the Protestants are spreading their gospel, their teaching, they're trying very hard to spread their gospel, and it's time that we wake up, work hard, and do more and more, especially for the young generation, which is the tomorrow church. I'd really like to thank God, Our Lady Saint Mary, and of course everyone who is here today, especially our guests. And we look forward to continue this relationship which spans over 36 years. May God bless your work and your research, and we're looking forward to further discussion with our guests regarding Oxford, the mission and dream for Oxford. We'll get some more information about that and discuss in details about that, how we can play a role in that mission. May God bless you. Thank you so much.